I'm gonna go ahead and keep it a buck and say that there are very few adult animated TV shows that I give a shit about. And with that being said, there really is only two. That is Rick and Morty and South Park. I've never missed an episode of either of these two shows because to me, South Park is almost like a time capsule. Every episode is a time capsule of the era they come out in. So it's always fun to look back at how humanity was, at least here in America. In the States, every year that one of these came out, one of these seasons came out, is always something different, something new, and reflects on the greater culture at the time, which is always interesting. And Rick and Morty has a lot of questions, really interesting dimension questions, sci-fi questions, time travel questions, multiverse questions that, I mean, they don't really get answered, but they dive deep into them and make it a lot of fun and a lot really interesting to even just check out and have fun with. Honestly, those two are the two goated shows. So I bring this to you with great pleasure, and that is South Park has just signed a $900 million deal where they will produce 6 more seasons and 14 movies, which I'm assuming the movies aren't like the bigger, badder movie from the early 2000s, but more like the movie that we just got recently where it was the pandemic special. I'm assuming it's just like specials like that, but they have signed this much money in to make all this new South Park content, including another game, which I still haven't played the last one. I played the original game that came out, didn't get through with the last one, and I will definitely have to like catch up now. The one with the coon, I definitely got to catch up with that one, but they have been signed for all this new South Park content, and it really makes me happy. But at the same time, it begs to the question, which is something that Rick and Morty's staff and creators have asked: how much of a show is too much before the show gets stale and dry and gets too serialized? Because that is a huge question in Rick and Morty, where they did get signed up for a few more seasons, but they started having these interviews, and even in the show themselves, where they were poking fun at the fact that like maybe they'll run out of ideas, or the show will get boring, or whatever the case might be in the TV show. So South Park doesn't really seem to have that problem, because every episode is something that has happened within that week, something that has happened within that month, the greater month, or just the greater year. It's, like I said, a time capsule, so every episode is essentially fresh. Now, how they keep the comedy fresh, that's another story, because a story can be interesting, but if the comedy doesn't meet, then that's two different things. If the comedy isn't up to par, then I think that they should definitely step back and then reevaluate how the comedy is going to be going forward, because it was an entire season where it was a lot of political stuff where I didn't think it was that funny. There's a few seasons that were less funny than normal, but the last two were actually really funny in my opinion. Rick and Morty hasn't had that yet for me. There have been episodes that have been less funny or less interesting, but for the whole, all the seasons are really funny. Nothing really beats I believe the second season is the best one. But yeah, Rick and Morty and South Park, really happy to see that these shows are extending into the future. South Park with the W going in and getting so many seasons, so many new movies, and a new game. I'm excited. I'm here for it. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are South Park fans, because I'm actually curious. I don't really know. I know a lot of people are Rick and Morty fans. I don't know if you guys are South Park fans as well. Let me know in the comments below. This is going to be Sunscape signing off. Take care, guys.